Welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be putting out more videos, and to keep it going, I do it as a hobby, but it's nice to have people actually come around, so I appreciate the ones that do. So tonight, I'm actually going to be doing a relationship message for all the signs. Just a brief message to see where you're standing with your boo, or that one that you want to hook up with, or whatever it is. So some of you, it might just be even just a friend relationship, but I think I'm going to try to tap into somebody that you're interested in, or somebody's interested in you, or you guys are dating or whatever. So with that being said, I'm going to be using the karma cards as well as a couple tarot cards. So let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and start. We're going to go ahead and start off with the Aries. Okay, Aries. What's going on with you and your significant other or your love interest, whatever the situation may be? Let's see. Well, I just had two fall out. That's what they were. The Moon and the Nine of Swords. So something's keeping you up at night. So is it some love interest or something not working out or whatever it is? This is fearful. So you're staying up at night. You can't sleep because you're worried about this. Is it you're worried about how to approach them, worried about if they'll ever notice you, worried about if your heart's going to get broke, whatever it is, whatever type of relationship you have, there's some kind of fear here, sleepless nights, anxiety, and worry, because there's some unknown aspect to it. So, instead of letting your fears get the best of you where you're not sleeping and you're worried and anxious, it's best to tap into that intuition, kind of go with the flow. But let's see what else comes up here. Yeah, but you are like all in your worries and fears. Not sure of the unknown. And I really get, like, for a lot of you, it's like from a relationship from the past that you might get burnt or hurt from. When you did think you trusted your intuition and it didn't work out. So let's see what else is coming up. Okay. Yeah, well, see, you want your Ten of Pentacles. This is what you want. And I think you're kind of thinking time's a ticking, and I've already wasted a lot of time in other relationships. We do have the Six of Cups, so I'm really getting there could have been somebody from your past that you were really hoping that worked out, but it didn't work out the way you wanted, because Six of Cups is all about that nostalgia. So I really feel like you're letting go of some of those memories you were holding on to for a long time that you had with that person. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups reversed. So this is not being vulnerable, not wanting yourself to appear vulnerable, but inside you kind of are, because that's how Aries are. Aries are soft inside, but they don't want to show that to people. So I really feel like, you kind of do, you're very emotional and connected and want love, but you're showing like, I don't need love. Let's get a couple more. And then we're going to go ahead and pull a planet, a sign, and a house card. Okay, so yeah, you're facing reality now, and there's not really too many you're feeling like you don't have any choices or opportunities coming in. You might be thinking about someone or wishing on. I really feel like somebody from your past. I don't really think you're hung up on them anymore, but is one that you really thought was the one, or you could have a really good connection with, and it didn't work out like you want. So you got disappointed here, but you're seeing things clearly now. You're not in that confusion you were before. Whatever happened went down before, you were confused. You're not feeling that way now, and you might feel like you don't have much opportunity or choices now, like the pickings are slim, kind of. All right, so let's go ahead and pull a planet card, and then we'll get a couple more tarot. Okay, so we have Mars, which is your sign. Interesting. So we have energize. For the spirituality, it's like you need to be re-energized, because I really think like it kind of burst your bubble and it kind of deflated you a little bit. So, and mentally you kind of feel like this confrontation. You're afraid that things are going to get confrontational again. I kind of think like that last relationship might have, because us Aries can confront things and call things out. So sometimes it has a way of backfiring on us. And then physically, it's saying force yourself too. So you kind of like need to push yourself, I'm not saying, be desperate and go out there and look, but force yourself to be available, to be a little vulnerable, things like that. Let's go ahead and get a sign card. Okay. So spiritually, this is actually Capricorn. So spiritually, you need to set some goals. Basically work on yourself, because once we like stop focusing on relationships or feeling down about ourselves if we're not going to be good enough or whatever, and we focus on our goals, that's when things happen. They come in and when we least expect it. Mentally, it says day-to-day reality of. So yeah, just taking things day to day, being happy day to day, living your life to the fullest day to day, working on your goals day to day. And then physically, it says use the most business-like way. Okay, so using the most business-like way, it's just kind of like coming from that professional way. Don't let your guard down a little bit, but keep your healthy boundaries. But being graceful, being in integrity, things like that. And I kind of feel like too that somebody might be around where you work. Okay, so you might meet somebody at your work. Could be a Capricorn, but let's see what else comes up. This is the house cards. Okay, so the house cards, spiritually we have remember. So like we had that Six of Cups reversed, I kind of think maybe sometimes you're pushing away those memories, or they've kind of faded because of something you had to go through. Like you had those good memories and it kind of got dashed by something bad that didn't happen, or something kind of negative or hurt you. Mentally, it's reconsider. So Spirit is asking you kind to reconsider, like, don't compare apples and oranges. That was that person. That was that situation. And you might have been protected, divinely protected. And then physically, it's saying now is not the time. So now's not the time. This is the South Node. So, I really feel like something will come in for you later, but right now it's more of still continuing to heal and actually kind of working on yourself, like some kind of project, some kind of business, some kind of abundance. Okay, Aries? So that is yours. All right. Taurus. Let's see what's coming up for you with this relationship or your boo or somebody you're interested in. Catching your eye. Let's see what's going on. Let's see where your energy's at. Ooh, Nine of Cups. You're pretty content right now. So whether you're in a relationship or you're not, you're happy. You're content with what you got. So some of you might be already in a relationship. This is the same way the Aries got this. Seven of Cups reversed. Yeah, you're not like unclear. You're pretty clear. You might not have much choices or options out there, but you're pretty clear and like grounded and down to earth in reality. So very interesting. Let's see what else comes up. Okay, so the King of Swords reversed though. You could be a little harsh on maybe people that are interested in you, or on love in general, or this relationship that you're in. Also, there's some kind of truth that you're not seeing, whether it's something with you or somebody else, or in love in general. You might be also coming from a place of your emotions instead of your logic. Now we have Two of Pentacles. So this is like juggling. I really feel like a lot of you are throwing yourself into your work and taking care of your home and things like that. Just kind of doing the material things. And what else? You do feel lack though. So I do kind of think you do want some kind of relationship here, or the relationship that you are in, you feel like there's something missing. And that's why kind of like you are kind of stuffing stuff down, not really using your logic. You're just kind of happy with how things are going, even though you don't feel like it's complete bliss or happiness for you. There's something that someone you're connected to more. And I really kind of feel like this might be an air sign, because we have this King of Swords here. All right, but there's something missing still. Even if you're in a relationship and thinking you're blissful and content, it's kind of almost like settling. So let's go ahead and get a planet card. Oh, energized. Mars. This is the same one Aries had. So something needs to be, like a spark needs to be added in. So a lot of you that are feeling like there's some kind of lack, I really feel like you've kind of gotten to the mundane and not really like went on date nights or something like that with this relationship. It's kind of just like work, come home, cook, watch TV, go to bed, work, come home. So you need to throw a little spark in there to liven it up. You know, even when we're in a relationship long term, we still should date. So now we have, I forgot this one again. So mentally, you need to confront the situation. Instead of pushing it down and burying it and not seeing it, it's time to face that and confront what's the issue in this relationship, whether it's lack of communication, maybe, like I said, you're not taking any date nights or things like that, or spending time with each other, and physically it's saying force yourself to. So make yourself do this. Make this a priority. Now we have spiritually dedication to achieve, so really being dedicated to it. Anything that's worthwhile having takes dedication to work on. Mentally focusing on it, so focus on how can I make this relationship better? What can I do? Where am I lacking? Instead of focusing on where they're lacking or they're not taking care of me, to do it from a place of yourself, as well as physically resulting from the rules imposed by. So resulting from the rules, I kind of feel like you kind of got like stuck in this tradition, you know, and I really feel like it's kind of like to switch things up, change things up, do something exciting for a bit. All right. And now we have the 10th house, which is all about responsibility. So again, I really feel like people are like focused more on the responsibilities, their work, the house, and not really having any adventure or spending time together, communicating, things like that. Mentally, it's all about success. So see, I think a lot of you are even working over extra to try to be successful in your career. And then physically become a person of power and status. So yeah, I really feel like that's what you guys in this relationship are doing. Or if you don't have a relationship, you're throwing yourself into your work, and then you're kind of missing out on that relationship sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into Gemini. All right, Gemini. So where do you stand, Gemini, with a relationship, a potential relationship, current, whatever it is, let's say. Your thoughts on a relationship? Okay, so we have the Emperor reversed. So you're not taking lead of this at all. You're not taking any, but you are kind of in your spirituality. Either you're like being a mentor to other people, or you are having a mentor in your life, but you're not taking the lead of your love life right now or your relationships. And it looks like you're kind of even like not even a new beginning to anything passionate. You might be passionate about like liking somebody, but you're not taking any action or starting any new beginning with them at all. You have the King of Swords. You're more in your logic, doing your work and in your head, kind of doing logical things, things like that. And then Five of Swords, and there's some kind of conflict here. So there's some kind of conflict of interest where you can have a relationship, or you are thinking it would be just a bunch of drama and you don't want to do it. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So this is going into some kind of truth or having some kind of clarity come in, whether it is in a relationship or realizing that you don't want a relationship. You want to do you right now. There could be some healing as well, and you could be having some kind of dream or wish that you're working on. So let's go ahead and get the planets for you. Okay, so we have Uranus. It's spiritually, it's an unusual example. So yeah, I kind of think what I'm getting from this is so weird. It's because an unusual example, I'm kind of feeling like, you have that duality of those twins. So you're kind of relying on the other twin and not really focused on the emotional side. You're more on the logical side, as well as you might have had a unique, different relationship before, and it kind of steered you off of thinking you'll ever find anybody like that again. Mentally, it's a different way of looking at it. So, you might be needing to look at things differently. And then for physically, it's an unexpected change. So I really feel like something might have happened where you really don't have time for relationships and you're more focused on doing something for yourself. helicopter's been going on a lot. All right, so now we're going to get a sign. All right. So now we have Pisces. So spiritually, you could be having a lot of dreams, or up in like you had that wish fulfillment card. So you could be really just thinking about what you want to bring to manifestation, what your dream is, and working on that. Mentally, your idolization. So I really feel like you're really putting out some ideas, thoughts, planning on this dream coming true, things like that. And then physically be a part of something overwhelming. So this could be taking up a lot of your time. So basically, I kind of think you're like focused on your wish fulfillment and your dreams, and that's why you're not really into a relationship right now. It could be something very unique that you're trying to work on here for your dream. Now we have the first house. Spiritually is saying immediately. So I think just like your time right now, immediately is just that. That's what it's focused on. Mental is the way you project yourself. So also too, if somebody's interested in you, you might be having that air about you that's detached, so they don't feel like you're interested. As well as physically, it says do it on your own. So I really feel like you're just kind of in solitary, kind of doing you right now, because you have a lot of dreams that you want to manifest, and you don't really have time for a relationship. Okay? So that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into Cancer. Okay, Cancer, what's going on with you in regards to relationship, your feeling for them, whatever it is. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles. So just kind of working on your future, working on your planting seeds for your future harvest. You do feel kind of trapped though, stuck. I kind of feel like maybe you feel like you don't have enough time and you're kind of stuck in that energy, like where you have to keep working, planning for the future, and see what else comes up. Queen of Cups, but you are very compassionate and loving, which makes sense for Cancer. All right, then we have, ooh, okay, you're pretty content though. You do feel stuck, but you're pretty content. I feel like you think this, like being stuck or trapped or fenced in, is because you have a lot of work to do, kind of. So I kind of feel like you don't have time for a relationship. Let's see what else. Either that, or if you're in a relationship, you're feeling trapped in this relationship and you want to find your contentness. It was after some kind of surprise here. Some kind of shock or surprise come in. So there's two stories here. Either somebody's stuck in a relationship, there was some kind of surprise or something that you didn't expect happen. You're kind of falling away from that energy now, from the healing, and you're starting to feel better. You are coming from this place of compassion and understanding, but you do still feel kind of trapped. Some of you could be in a relationship with kids, or you're living together and the relationship's kind of coming to an end and you feel kind of trapped because you can't afford to go out and get a place by yourself, or this person can't, or you have kids together and you need to stay together for the kids. So let's see what else is coming up with the planets. Okay, so you have Neptune. Spiritually, it's saying inspire others. So instead of feeling trapped, did you get the Hierophant? No. So if you feel like you're trapped, maybe it's time to go out or do a blog or something like that where you can inspire others, and then that way it inspire you. Mentally, it's saying to be prepared to sacrifice. I kind of feel like you are if you're in a relationship that's not going well because of the living situation, you might feel like you're fenced in or trapped, so you might feel like you're sacrificing, and sometimes we have to. That's life. And then physically, it's saying yielding is the only way. So sometimes we have to compromise, and that's what I kind of see here. Like I kind of feel like there might have been a relationship that ended, but you have to compromise because of either children or the finances or something like that. All right, so let's get a sign. But I do see something where this Hierophant energy came in. So you might be like a youth pastor or something at your church, or really involved with your church, or something spiritually, doing some kind of spiritual healing or something online. It might be asking you to get some healing done. All right. So now we have Capricorn. We've gotten this with just about every sign. It's so interesting. So spiritually, it's dedication to achieve. So keep working on your higher self. Stay in that higher vibration. Mentally, keep focus. So focus on one task at a time and try to set your intentions and focus on them instead of getting trapped into this where you're stuck energy and then you start feeling restless. And then we have physical, which is resulting from rules imposed. So I kind of feel like you're stuck because you're having to compromise for these rules and situation, but that's why it's saying to, you know, go out there and work on your higher self and try to inspire others. That will be good for you, okay, and see things in a different perspective. All right, so let's get the house. So it looks like your relationship right now is kind of complicated. So let's see what else. For the planet, we have the 10th house, which is all about responsibility, spiritual. So yeah, there's some kind of spiritual responsibility. You're being the bigger man and kind of putting up with bigger man and woman, and really you know, being responsible and standing in your integrity. Mentally, you're trying to work on this to be successful, but it kind of looks like maybe something is still kind of looming here, whether it's going to make it or not. And then we have physical, becoming a person of power and status. So I really kind of feel like also you might be trying to stay in a situation because of the status or how you look. So some of these relationship ones are kind of coming out a little funny, but that's just how they are. All right, so let's go ahead and get into Leo. Let's see what's going on with the relationship around you. They're not all love and passion and lust, right? And butterflies. Okay, so Leo, you have being your authentic self with this Queen of Swords, seeing things for what they really are, starting this new beginning in your material world, whether that's at a job. So you might be meeting somebody at a job. You might have been just moved in with somebody or something like that, this relationship. You have the 7 of Wands, so this is persevering, being possibly defending yourself. So for some of you, I think you might have just kind of started this relationship and maybe possibly moved in together, or you met this person and started dating from a job. So let's see what else. Okay, so now we have, taking action towards your passion, what you're passionate about. It looks like this relationship, so you're taking action on it, as well as going about it methodically, stable. You want a stable environment. You're trying to make this stable and secure from the beginning, from the get-go. So now we're going to go ahead and get a planet. All right, so we have the moon. Interesting. So spiritually, it says defend. Very interesting because you have the defensive card. So I think you are kind of staying a little guarded, defending yourself, kind of guarding your heart. Mentally, it says accept. So I really feel like you are accepting that you're in this relationship, but you're keeping your heart guarded. So you kind of got to get that balance here with that. And then physically, it says let your feelings tell you how to. So it's really being vulnerable, listening to your intuition, and opening up that heart space. Okay. The signs card. So we have in Libra. So spiritually, relationships, so you could, like I said, you could have just moved in with this person or just really started moving it to the next level. Mentally, the beauty of, so I really feel like things are going along beautifully. You're seeing the beauty of this person, and that's why you're giving a shot here. They see the beauty of you. Everything's going along harmoniously. And then physically, it says do it with your partners. Do it with your partners. I'm kind of getting like you might have a steamy love life here. But I do think you're kind of like friends and you like really share everything and do everything together. So house-wise, Junior. So we have the second house, which is spiritually, it's patiently. So you're being patient with how things go. Hold on a minute. He's like pulling a string. Sorry about that. Okay, so spiritually, you're taking this patiently. You're patient with the other person. They're patient with you. Mentally, what you want, this is what you want. You want this relationship. You want the stability, the security, the advancement in a relationship, the happy home life. And then physically, you get what you need. So it's kind of giving you what you need. But you are keeping your heart space a little guarded, just from some past hurt or something like that, or not wanting to show your vulnerability. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into not Leo. Oh, you just did Leo. Virgo. All right, Virgo. Let's see what's coming up with you regarding relationships. Persevering. It might have been a rocky road. with the relationship here, but you guys have made it, you know. So I really feel like a lot of struggles have happened, maybe some unfortunate events, been through the ringer a little bit, but you guys, if this is a relationship, have made it. You're standing strong. There might have to be a few battle scars, but you guys are doing well. If this is you going through relationships, look how strong you've become in the lessons, from the lessons you've learned. All right. Yeah, so yeah, still standing in that higher vibration, not lessening your integrity, still being graceful. Yeah, see, this is actually moving away from disappointments, emotional disappointments. So I feel like in your past you have had a lot of heartbreak and emotional disappointment, but you've persevered. You stayed in your grace and integrity and been a high vibration even through all that. And like if this is a relationship, you know, you guys too. I've gotten through some disappointments. I went through a hard time, but you made it. So now we have, so right now I kind of feel like this is the Three of Wands reversed, which is all about looking out toward the future. Right now I think you're kind of just enjoying the present and not really thinking about the future too much, okay? This could have been also some kind of third person that was interfering, but they're gone now. Like with the relationship, and that might be why it was so hard to get through. And now we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, not putting up with any more bullshit. Not, removing the mask, seeing people for who they are, not putting up with it anymore, setting healthy boundaries. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get our planet card. All right, so we have Uranus. It seems like there's a theme with different signs. So the spirituality is an unusual example. So I really feel like something not common happened with you guys with a relationship. And mentally, it says that you're a different way of looking at it. So you guys are seeing things from a higher perspective. You're learning the lessons from it, and you are rising above it. And then we have physically unexpected change. So like I said, I really feel like this was something very unexpected. But you managed to get through it, either whether together and it made you stronger, or you on your own after a relationship. So let's go ahead and see what else is coming on. Signs. So we have Leo. So the spiritually leadership, yeah, you're standing in the lead here. You're leading your life. You want it to go to a different direction. You're not letting anybody drag your energy down. Mentally, you're tapping into your creativity. You're trying to be creative with how to handle the situation or how to keep a spark in the relationship, things like that. And physically do what you want to. So yeah, you're kind of just doing what you want. You're not allowing other people to interfere with that. You, or if it's the relationship, okay? All right, so now we have the first house, which is immediately. So there's something spiritually that you're being asked to do immediately, whether it's something with this person or a relationship or with you. There's some kind of something you need to do. Mentally, it says the way you project yourself. So, make sure that I really feel like that you stand in respect, that people respect you for how you handled the situation, or as a couple. They respect you. And it says do it on your own. So there's something that you're being asked to do on your own too. So if this isn't a relationship, it's a past one or something like that, and this is you, there's something you need to do on your own. I really feel like this is a relationship and you both got through a hard time. Some kind of crazy stuff happened with a third person. And it's saying here too that you guys might be more bonded than ever. You've made it through together, but you also have to have your own individuality as well. Okay? So that's for you, Virgo. Libra. Let's see what's coming up for you. Alright, let's see what's your energy around a relationship or guarding a relationship. Okay, not wanting to let go of something, not letting something to end or something to transform here. So you're holding on. Is this about a relationship? Let's see. Yeah. So, and you're also, too, trying to hold back your vulnerability a little bit. You have the Knight of Cups reversed as well. So I kind of feel like you don't want to let go, but you're trying not to show how vulnerable or how much you need somebody. And look at this on the bottom now. Some kind of toxic energy around this too. All right, so now we have the Empress. So trying to take care of yourself, trying to tap into your intuition. Let's see what else is coming up. Yeah, I think you really want this 10 of Cups. I think you thought this relationship was going to be a 10 of Cups. So you're kind of like still hanging on, and you feel like you can't let go. But you are trying to nurture yourself, but you still are a little guarded here. Little guarded, not wanting to show your vulnerability. I really feel like you might be in this relationship and it needs to end because something is toxic in this situation, but neither one of you are letting it go. Yeah, it's time to go within and really think things through. I kind of feel like you guys think this is like happy, but there's a lot of toxic energy here and you're not letting it go. There could be some kind of like abuse, drugs, something. Somebody won't work. I don't know what it could be, but there's some kind of toxic energy here. And I kind of feel like you need to go within and really nurture yourself and take care of yourself and let this cycle turn and let it end, whatever the situation is here, because we have this where you're not letting go and not letting it end. Let's go ahead and see what comes up with the planets. So we have the moon, so it's, spiritually defend. So you're kind of really defensive. You're defending this person or situation that's kind of toxic. Mentally, it's accept. So I think really that you need to accept things as they are. And physically, it's let your feelings tell you how. So I feel like you really need to tap into what your intuition is telling you and that heart space, because I really feel like there's some kind of codependency or toxic energy here, whether it's them to you or you to them. All right, so let's see what else is coming up. Signs. So we have Leo, which is some kind of leadership. This is kind of spiritually, you're being asked to take control and lead of your life. Mentally, the creativeness. So, be creative. If there's some way you can tap into your creativity and work on that to get some healing done. And then physically, it says do what you want into. So there's some kind of energy here where it's kind of like an independence and being create on your creative side with this Empress. Also, too, if this is a new thing coming in, but you're still into an old relationship, you're going to meet somebody where you are creative. Some kind of creative class where you do painting or where you're most creative. If you do blogs or something like that, you're going to meet someone new with that. All right, so let's go ahead and see the house. Wait a minute, did I get a sign? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. I got the moon. Let's see about a sign. Okay. All right, so we have Gemini. So this is what you want to be known is spiritually. So there's something that you aren't seeing clearly. I feel like, you kind of know in a way that something is over and something new is trying to come in, like a new relationship, but you are not letting it go. You're not accepting or willing to admit it, that it's over. Mentally, it says what you believed about, what is believed you about. So, I really feel like you believe that this is like your soulmate or something like that, where it's very toxic and it's not. We can't hold on to people whether they're a soulmate or not, if they're abusive or toxic to us or bringing our vibration down or just not good to us. Then physically, it says use the quickest way. So there's something wanting you to get out of this relationship, because I really feel like there's someone new trying to come in, but they can't come in until you get rid of this old toxic energy and this stuff that's not serving you. Okay? So let's get the house. The 8th house. So as life or death issue. So we just had this death. So I really feel like this is something. So if any of you are in a really like abusive or toxic or dangerous situation, please get out now and call someone to help you. I do not want somebody to be hurt or anything like that. So if it's anything like that, please call the proper people and get out of that situation when it says there's a life or death situation or issue. But I really feel like this is just saying that something is trying to end or it's no longer serving you. There's nothing to be learned out of this situation anymore, and it's time to start something new, begin a new cycle. Mentally, it's saying getting and using your power. So I really feel like this this relationship or situation is lowering your vibration and you're not standing in your empowerment. And then use other people's resources. So relying on other people for support, like I said, if there's some kind of issue with toxicity or abuse or anything like that, call the proper authorities that you need to, okay? All right. So, Virgo, why do I keep going backwards? Scorpio. Let's see what's going on. So, you don't feel fenced in anymore. So maybe you're in a relationship. You kind of felt like you were fenced in. Either you've left a relationship or you are going into one that you felt like you were trapped and couldn't get towards this person, but you're not feeling fenced in. These swords are falling away. You're starting to see things clearly and know that that was in your mindset, right? So let's see what else. All right. So now we have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, you're moving towards something that you are passionate about. Celebration. And very compassionate, open-hearted, planning for the future with this person. So it sounds like you might have felt like you were stuck, lonely, sad, couldn't find anybody, kind of trapped in your own vices. And, you started moving forward, and now you're with a person that you are connected to on a soul level. It's harmonious. You enjoy each other's company. You're celebrating. You're having compassion and open-heartedness towards each other, and planning for the future. So that's good. I think you're the only one that's come out. No, some of them have. But let's go ahead and see what the planets are for you. So we have Mercury. So spiritually, you're saying communicate. So, maintain this good communication, open communication to maintain this relationship. That's one of the most important things in a relationship. Mentally analyze. So, make sure you analyze like where things are going, what you need to do. I also feel like, you need to continue like having date nights and things like that. Don't get too much in your mind where you're focused on just you or the task at hand and you kind of forget this person as well. Physically, let your mind tell you how. So, again, with the mind. So I really feel like there's a big issue on communication and clarity and logic here, okay? Let's get a sign. So we have Gemini. So what you want to, this is another Mercury card, so there's a lot of communication and logic and thinking in this situation. So what you want to be known spiritually. So I kind of really feel like you like to share your spirituality with this person, whatever your beliefs are. I really feel like you have a connection that way, especially with that lovers where you're connected on a soul level. I really feel like some of you might have known each other in the past, a past life, and were soulmates even then. So then it says, use the quickest way physically. So, I'm not quite sure what this would physically use the quickest way. This could even be about you guys living close to each other or something like that. Because it's physical, using the quickest way. So, instead of like beating around the bush or whatever, just get right to the point, keep things clear and truthful, and things will be good, because it's all about communication. So that's what I think that means. Let's get a house. Keep things clear and truthful. Have open communication with this person. All right, and really listen to them. All right, so now we have the 7th house, which is all about spiritually. It's diplomatical. So, having that respect, standing in your higher vibration, your higher power. Mentally, relationships. So I really feel like this communication with this relationships is what keeps it going and where you guys connect a lot. And then physically, get a fair deal. Keep things equal, definitely. And also keep your masculine and feminine inside you balanced and equal too. Okay, Scorpio? All right, Sagittarius. Well, there you are. Feeling empowered, feeling like yourself. Ooh, so you also have justice. So this is fairness. So I really feel things are like balanced, fair. This also could be a Libra card, so there could be a Libra you're interested in as well. Queen of Wands. Okay, so it could also be an Aries. I'm kind of feeling like you have like two people you like here. It's like one or the other. You kind of want a Libra, you kind of want an Aries. There are two different people. So you could be seeing two as well. Let's see what else is coming up. The Sun. So I kind of feel like they both make you happy and you can't make a choice. You just like are dating both of them. I guess that's good if they know it. You know, if it's not like behind the backs or something. Also, I kind of feel like it could be just like with the one, like you could be dating an Aries and it's very fair and balanced and happy. Then we have the Page of Cups. So this new beginning in the emotional realm. So you might be starting to develop feelings. Either, like I said, it's either a Libra or an Aries. Could be both. But whatever it is, you're happy and you're starting this new beginning in this, in like the feels kind of. So let's go ahead and get a planet card. Okay, so we have Venus. Interesting. That's the love planet. So spiritually, it's cherished. So you're really cherishing your moments together. You both could be cherishing each other. Mentally, it's enjoy. So you're both enjoying each other's communication and company and talks and things like that. And physically, charm, art, beauty are the way to the heart. So really, you know, putting on the charm, really finding beauty in things. You might be going to a museum, things like that, art museum, things like that. Somebody could be working in an art museum. Okay, so you have the planet, the card is Sagittarius, so that's you. And this says your spirituality is your highest ideas. Mentally is the rules. And then physically is get out to the world. Get it out to the world. So I really feel like you like showing these person or people off. The only thing I worry about is if you're having two here. So if you're doing that and they don't know about each other, it could cause some conflict. But I don't know. All right, let's see what else is coming up. So we have the third house. So the spiritually, it's by making the right connections. So I really feel like you're connected with this person. Mentally, it says the idea in question. So if you are stringing two people along, it might be time to choose one because it could backfire on you here. And it says get your ideas going in the physical. So, yeah, I kind of feel like some of you, I think it's just one person. And you're really enjoying yourself. You're proud to show them off. Others of you, I think you're stringing along two people. They might not know each other, and it could cause an issue. This could come back to bite you because somebody's going to get upset about it. All right, so that's yours. Okay, Capricorn, let's get yours. Kind of staying to yourself, not celebrating much. Some of you could have just had a breakup or something like that, or you're pining for somebody. Let's see what else is coming up. You're not celebrating, you're not hanging out with friends. I really feel like there's some kind of energy that's hidden here. Somebody could be wearing a mask because we have the Queen of Swords reversed as well. I really kind of feel like somebody was fake, fooled you kind of. And now you're just kind of staying in solitude. Let's see. Or you saw something about this person. Yeah, again. See, this is stability, celebration, and it's reversed. So it's like something happened that kind of rocked your foundation here. Yeah. Yeah, and it just kind of, it's got you confused, and you feel kind of like you don't have any more options or something. Or there's plenty of fish in the sea, kind of. I don't know. There's some kind of energy here that's made you really confused, not in a celebration mood, some kind of rocked your stability. Something that came through, like somebody was fake, I'm getting. They weren't the person you thought. Yeah, King of Swords. So now you're just kind of like living in your truth on your own, your solitude. All right. So I really feel like somebody you thought was one way and you were really into them, you kind of find out that they weren't the person you thought. So let's go ahead and get a planet card. We have Mars, which is spiritually energized. So you might be very unmotivated, and they're asking you to get yourself back out there and get energized in something that you enjoy or something like that. Mentally confront. I don't know why I keep saying that weird. So I really feel like you are kind of confrontational with yourself. You're being critical on yourself here. And also, too, you might have been confrontational with this person when you found them out. But now you've kind of stepped away and moved off from it. And it's saying force yourself to physically. So I kind of feel like you're just kind of being a couch potato and you're being asked to get out there and, start moving, because that affects our emotions as well. Because if not, you're just going to keep wallowing in this. Okay, let's get a sign. So we have Aquarius. So it could be an Aquarius that you were dealing with. So spiritually, it's about your vision. So it's time to set your sights back on your visions and let this heal and go away, because you're like too focused on it and you're like getting yourself in a rut. Mentally, it says what's new and different about. So it's time to start something new instead of rehashing this old story. And then physically, use an unconventional way. So something different. You need to get out and do something different now. Try something new. And now we have the third house. It's by making the right connections. So this person was not right for you. It's time to go out and make the right connections. Mentally, an idea and question. So you're having some questions in your head. Be careful what you believe, because sometimes when we're hurt, we kind of believe the critical things about ourselves or situations. So, and you did have that foggy state about you. So just be careful, okay? Not everything we see is right, or what people tell us. Some people might be telling you about this person, and could be not a good thing. Yeah, so let's go ahead and see what's next for Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, what's going on with you? This is kind of an interesting one. It's not like down like who they're coming back to or whatever. It's kind of like more real life kind of things. Huh. All right, so now we have the Knight of Pentacles. So you're taking action on something. You've either started a new job, or you're trying to get a new place to live, or a new career or something like that. There's some kind of action you're taking in your material world. Aquarius, this could be as a relationship as well. You could be taking action, pursuing somebody. Four of Wands, yeah, see, this is all about celebration. You could be taking action towards evolving this relationship, going to the next step. Yeah, towards something that you think is true for your life, what makes you authentically happy. So you're taking action on some kind of truth. You're going about it methodically. It's something that's going to be stable and that makes you happy and grounded. It builds a foundation for you. So I think some of you have once you moved your relationship up to the next level. Now we have Temperance. It could be a Sagittarius. This is a balanced relationship. And Six of Pentacles. So this is that give and take. So this, again, is a balanced relationship. You both give and take. You're both like yin and yang, masculine and feminine energy together. So it looks like it's a very balanced, grounded. It's moving to the next level. So let's go ahead and see what's coming up for the planets. So we have Neptune. So this says spiritually you inspire others. So I really feel like a lot of people are very inspired by this connection. Mentally, it says be prepared to sacrifice. So you might have to, you know, like the relationships are all give and take. Sometimes we give, sometimes we take. So I really feel like, you know, that's what you do with each other. Like one's down, the other one kind of takes over, and then vice versa. So it seems like it's a very grounded, balanced relationship here. And physically, yielding is the only way. So I really feel like you might have to step back and either take charge of a situation because your relationship partner is sick or something going on, or, you know, whatever it is. So you might have to sacrifice, or you know, or you might let them have the spotlight for a little while with this yielding, whatever it is. Let's get a signs card. So we have an Aquarius. So this could be another Aquarius. Spiritually, it's about your vision. So I really feel like this is what you thought. This is what you wanted. It's always been kind of your intent and vision. Mentally, it says what's new and different. So I think basically what's new and different, it could be like you're moving, advancing to the next level, basically. And then, you know, so the newness would be you're trying to adjust to that. You know, when you move in, you might have been with this person years, but when you live together, all of a sudden it's different. They're leaving the cap off the toothpaste or whatever, you know what I mean? And then physically use an unconventional way. So Aquarius, you guys, if this is another Aquarius too, you both have unconventional ways. You do. So I kind of feel like you guys might have an unconventional relationship or home life or whatever it is. And you're both good with that, I think, because you're unique. So now we are going to get to these. We have the 12th house. Spiritually, it's all about your faith. So you guys might be practice the same spirituality or faith. Mental, it's hidden tendencies. So be careful because you kind of are a rebel and independent and a loner. So be careful, like, not to hide too much from somebody. You know, make sure you do express yourself, because sometimes that can come off as cold or start causing trust issues or things like that. Physically, it says large institutions or overwhelming events. So you guys might be going to some big event. And then the 11th house fell out too, and it says for humanity's sake, spiritually. So I really feel like you two do good for humanity. Mentally, it says your hopes and wishes. So I really feel like you think this is a dream come true. And physically, it's doing it for the future. So I really feel like you guys are moving to the next level here. All right. And now we are on Pisces. I don't know how long this has been going on. An hour. Wow. Okay, so Pisces, let's go ahead and get yours. All right. Ooh, 2 of Cups. So you have a harmonious, special bond with somebody. You guys are really good together. You get along really well. And this person makes you feel free. You're not trapped at all. You feel free. You feel independent. Free to be yourself, your authentic self. They make you happy. They make you happy. They make me happy. All right, then we have, no time for resting. You guys are having a lot of fun, aren't you? Or either that or a lot of adventurous nights. No rest. All right. Yeah. And then, yeah, it's like you see things a whole different new way with this person. It looks nice. So, yeah, you're seeing things from a different perspective. It's like you opened up. You're seeing a higher version of how life could be. So let's go ahead and get a planet. So we have the South Node. So spiritually, it's like it says remember. So I really feel like this person, the 2 of Cups, it's like you knew them all your life. It's like you knew each other in a past life. So the recognition and connection was instant. For memory or mental, it's reconsider. So reconsider, that could be like anything. I kind of feel like, you might put this person's wishes ahead of yours just because you care about them. So be careful with that, because we always have to have a good intake. If they're doing that for you, fine, that's great. And then we have, now is not the time. So there's something, I don't know what it is for each of you, it's a different thing, but there's now is not the time. I really feel like if there's some kind of pressing issue, like you guys are getting along really well. So if there's some kind of thing that could cause an issue, like asking about the past, or maybe even saying, hey, let's move in together, when you're getting along real well, it might be not the time. Okay? Only you know that. You'll have to figure that out in your own situation. Okay? So let's go ahead and see what the signs are. So we have, So we have Taurus. Okay, so this person could be a Taurus. And it says, spiritually, it says your beliefs. So I really kind of feel like you believe this to be your person, and they do you. And you share the same beliefs, spiritually, whatever way. Mentally, the cost. So I kind of feel like the cost, it's like it's worth it. This relationship's worth it. It kind of just feels better than what you've experienced before. And then physically, use the most direct way. So having that direct communication, keeping an open line of communication is always good for relationships, okay? Except about too much of our past or something like that. We don't want to stir up stuff, right? So let's see what else is coming up with the houses. So we have third house. So it says spiritually making the right connections. So I do really feel like you guys knew each other in a past life. You're kind of like soul members or soul tribe people or soulmates. Mentally, it says the idea in question. So there's might be some kind of idea you both are coming up with that you're trying to tweak out or figure things out or come to a compromise with. And then physically, it says get your ideas going. So whatever it is, you guys could be working on a project together too. So there's something that you're working on together. You have some kind of idea and you're kind of tweaking it. But it does look like a very good relationship here. Just keep that open communication. Don't ask about past people. And looks good. So that's the messages for the people you're connecting to or that surround you, like relationship-wise. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care. Bye.